As far back as I can remember, I've been interested in like Doomsday stuff. When theologically it's eschatology, but this is not theology school. The last couple of years, I've really been fascinated with zombie apocalypse stuff, and I got the shows I love watching and movies I love watching and stuff like that. It's entertaining. I don't know exactly how realistic it is, but it's something, and then it shows how humans are going to interact in a world. The society has kind of changed, and there's Walking Dead everywhere. But there's a title for you. But I've started watching this show also called Life After People. And I haven't watched very much. I've only watched like maybe 4 episodes. But it was on demand, so I decided I'd start recording it and watching it. There were just there was this one episode. They talked a lot about pets, about your dogs and cats. When there aren't humans around to feed them, what's going to happen? Well, a lot of the pets, birds and stuff like that, they're probably gonna die because they'll be in cages, or they're not being fed, and they've been domesticated so long that they'll probably die. Dogs, most breeds probably will just die because they're not very smart. I mean, if there's not a human to take care of them, they might die. Some of them, though, will go wild, and because right now, even now, when you're out in the country and stuff, you see packs of wild dogs. They are house dogs that just they formed a pack with other dogs, and they run around and they scavenge, basically. So some dogs will just go wild, and they'll form packs and they'll scavenge. I talked about cats. Cats without humans to feed them. Well, cats are pretty resourceful anyway. I mean, on cats, if they get out, indoor outdoor cats, and they in the backyard, they go kill a bird, or they kill a rabbit, or they're okay. So for the most part, house cats are going to survive after humans are gone. There's going to be a lot. They're going to go feral, of course, and generations. Because we're talking about evolution stuff. They're probably going to look more like the bobcat. Because it's not like they're going to just poof all of a sudden be huge or anything like a tiger or something. But bobcats are a little bit bigger than house cats, and they are a little bit hardier. So that's kind of the prediction for pets. But that's not the episode that I was watching right now. It was about steel structures for the most part. Watching all these bridges fall down and buildings collapse, and the way that this show is put together, it goes 1 day, 2 days after people, a year after people, 10 years after people. It gives time frames about what they estimate things. It's really, really cool. A really, really cool scene also from this one. They were talking about the breweries in St. Louis, and they've got these huge. I think they're like stainless steel vats that hold like 60 barrels of beer, and 1 day after people, pretty much operate like it has been. They'll just keep brewing. 2 days after people, it'll probably keep brewing. But when all the cooling structure, the cooling I don't know, refrigeration units and stuff like that, when they fail, there's nobody to clean off the yeast, because yeast forms this funky thing layer on top. And St. Louis gets pretty warm in the winter, in the middle of summer. So we're talking, maybe 90 degrees, 100-degree weather, and without the refrigeration, that the pressure's gonna build up huge, because the higher the heat, the quicker the fermentation process. And they use an example of something that happened in the early 90s. There was a brewery, which is a lot smaller brewery, in someplace in Louisiana. They had an explosion, fermentation explosion, blew a 30-foot hole in the roof. I mean, it was a pretty big explosion. So the prediction is this explosions in St. Louis, when the pressure is going to build up so much, boom! I mean, there's buildings are going to blow up. Tops of buildings are going to blow off because of beer. It was really cool. Okay, one more little thing I'm going to talk about on this show, Life After People. They were talking about the sump pumps in New York City that keep the water out of the subways. They it's like 1 million gallons a year they pump out. Now, when people aren't there to run the pumps and for the pumps to run, the subway is going to fill up with water because Manhattan Island is an island, duh. I mean, it's going to be like water. It's going to fill up all those. It's going to be like underground rivers all over the place. And it's like a swamp. Crazy swamp. And that will weaken structures from up. The buildings will collapse because there's nothing underneath them, underground, to hold them up anymore. It's going to weaken, and it's really cool to watch this show, Life After People. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's on the History Channel, or maybe it's H2, maybe that's the actual network. But it's really a cool show.